Alrighty. What is up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you guys. So, first thing we could look at here for the latest analysis, a little bit boring. We're still kind of in that, it's just playing ping pong, obviously. Just going by ping pong is, if you guys aren't familiar, is kind of just bouncing from support, and resistance, essentially. Volume area high to volume area low or point of control, that type of stuff. And we're probably going to break out either one way or the other. I mean, your guess is as good as mine here. I mean, if you got the trigger wave in the 6 hour, you may get a trigger wave to the downside in the 6 hour pretty soon. You already had that. You're not doing anything too crazy. And ultimately, I mean, green dot in the 12 hour are a couple of bullish things. 16 hour daily. The 2 days where it gets a bit more bearish may get a bearish div here relatively soon, so that's where it starts to get a bit more bearish. And then I'm trying to look here. I'm trying to see here. You got the weekly, which could give you a bearish div, and I think regardless of where we end up here, whether it's 33, 37, 38, I don't know. Once you get that weekly bearish div, that's kind of where it ends some of the fun. And I mean, I was messing around with this. This is just speculative, obviously. Take this with a grain of salt, but what I was looking at here was, you have that run up, and then 30 to 38K is where obviously we could have already hit that top. The higher echelon of things I would say is the 38K, and then after that you're probably going to see some type of dump down, maybe back to the 300 weekly, maybe back to the 200 weekly above that, or maybe even a double bottom, similar to what you saw the previous past 2 times, right there and right there. This one was obviously more extended than this one. Maybe this one's going to be more like 2015, and the fact that it's a little bit tighter and we come down there quicker rather than later, maybe in August, September, October. That's what I'm kind of hoping for, so we could get some, good prices in altcoins, just like, September, October of 2019, get some really good prices on altcoins, especially good valuations. Altcoins versus their Bitcoin pairs, maybe start to convert some Bitcoin over to altcoins. I'm planning on going in pretty heavy into ETH, so yeah, I mean, that's that point. Let's see. Let's look at the chat a little bit. You guys are asking some good stuff. All right, what's up, Eric Ward? What's up, Brutar Crypto? What's up, Beckham? Yeah, what's up, Bitcoin Slut? Yeah, yesterday's long. Did well. I'm still in that. Still in that scalp long. Well, now it's become a swing along, I guess you could say. Hit for 2 take profits so far. So that's pretty good. That was a trade in the Discord. And shout out to Crypto Bullzone. He took that long too. So yeah, we were in conjunction there. And we have one new analyst. He's not as experienced as like Lanacore or Crypto Bullzone. Doesn't have as many years under his belt. But he's a pretty good analyst too, who's been doing a lot of good stuff with Forex in the Discord. I gave him a channel. Shout out to, I'm trying to, why is the username escape me? The username escapes me, but his channel is going to be mainly focused on a lot of Forex analysis. He's had some good Forex stuff, so I think it could help you guys out. I mean, I'm not a Forex expert really by any means, but it's a lot of similar stuff that you could use Market Cipher for and traditional TA for. Just like trading, theoretically, anything else, just the volatility is usually obviously a lot less. In terms of what we're seeing right now, in terms of Bitcoin, and by the way, guys, if you want to check that out, link down below. In terms of Bitcoin ping pong right now, what can we see in the lower time frames here? So this is like, it's just playing around with support and resistance. I mean, you came down, you hit that spiral line, now you're coming back up a bit. Or did you even hit that spiral line? Yeah, it was. So now you're playing around with this point. Maybe we could jump up a little bit more here. Maybe we could jump up a teeny weeny bit more because these time frames wouldn't tell you that you're getting trigger wave. So it's going to be a little bit, indecisive here in terms of like kind of what could happen. VWAP's coming down in the 4 hour. It's maybe one of the times just hold off a little bit, hold off, see what could happen. I mean, there's your high right there, maybe a double top we could form or something. But just that, kind of that boring market. Let's see, head and shoulders in the daily. Let's take a look at that. I don't see really a head and shoulders here. Where January, let's see, January low. What? where is the January low? I don't see no head and shoulders, man. Oh, maybe if you form it over here, though. If you did something like this, I mean, then yeah, you absolutely could, and then that'd be a low technical target. Take time to play out too. Yeah, all roads point to September, October. That'd be a double bottom, yeah. That's a possibility. It's absolutely a possibility. I gotta make a video. All roads point to, just title All roads point to September. All roads point to September. But yeah, what's up, Billy Bob? So that's a decent possibility. I mean, look, I mean, your guess is as good. Like Gareth Soloway said in his update yesterday morning. You know, this is more of a bullish formation typically. What we're looking at right here. I mean, this is more of a bullish formation. And if you do break up out of it, I mean, you got a technical target around, 32 is absolutely, in the cards. 32, 33, these areas are absolutely in the cards. I don't know if you're going to break up out of it, but you absolutely could. Yeah, all paths take you. That's what I'm thinking, man. I mean, if we go back here, that's what I'm thinking. This kind of trajectory, here 30 to 38K down, and then there, and then yeah, I mean, so that's what I'm thinking. I mean, ultimately, where is probably too late to buy crypto? Where do you start to miss out? Probably like previous times, probably mid to late 2024 is kind of like where it starts to really be too late, most likely. I mean, to get in at super low numbers, I mean, I think ultimately you factor inflation. I mean, you factor in buying power. We really already came down to 10K when you factor that in. We're most likely bottomed out. I don't think you're going to make a lower low shy of like some crazy black swan event at this point. I know I've been more bearish about that in the past. I was wrong. I was naive. I should have factored in inflation more. I've kind of screwed up on that. I think most likely you've hit the bottom. There are some smart people who think we could go lower, like Gareth Soloway, I believe, mentioned it. As of right now, I don't think that's very likely. Anything could happen though. I think what's most likely is doing, like I said, making a higher low. Most likely a 300 weekly moving average, because price kind of respects that a lot more than it respects a 200 now. The 200 price doesn't really care about anymore. 300, I mean, this is essentially a jump off of 300. It was there for a month or so, but this is essentially a jump off of it. So, yeah. Ultimately, this weekly too would be a very strong indication. When you get this weekly bear div, I don't know if it's going to happen here or happen at 33K or 37K or 38K. When you get that bearish div, most likely that will bring you down to a correction. When you get the next red dot here in the 3-week, that as well will most likely give you some type of correction. Now, what would be interesting here is, let's just say we do come up to 38K or something. That's still the case to come down to 17K after and test maybe your 400 weekly moving average after. If you do come up here and repeat something like that. Not as bad as the pandemic, but yeah, I mean, that's what I'm looking at. Left shoulder top would be 32K, okay. That's what it's looking like right now. That's what it's kind of looking like right now. But again, we're still kind of in this phase. Okay, let's talk about more of the bearish case. We've been sounding really bullish lately. Let's talk about the bearish case for a minute here. Good curvature here. You're about to get a trigger wave on the 3-hour. It's still a Thursday. We're not getting into a weekend yet where it's going to be harder to predict and weird stuff's going to happen. Most likely, I think you would continue down a bit from here. Maybe get, a bear div or something soon on the hourly after this sky green dot confirms. Something like that's absolutely possible. You have some trigger waves here, like on the 16 on these, but do you want to long into a volume area high right now? Probably not, in my opinion, especially with the way the 3-hour looks. Probably not. And now we're coming back down. We're just playing ping pong here. We're just bouncing around support and resistance. We're not doing much. I mean, on the 1 minute, I don't know what this is just support resistance. Probably going to come back down to these areas, 30.4. I'm hoping we get down a bit lower, but yeah, that's what I'm looking at. And if we go on to look at ETH right now, Or, okay. Yeah, let's look at ETH. So what I think is that this is where you're more of forming kind of a head and shoulders. So let's talk about this case first. So let's do a little bit of traditional TA on this guy. You know, talking about a little bit more of kind of, you know, the head and shoulders, right? There, that'd be your neckline. And then if you break down from there, 1250. I do think, like, if you look at Bitcoin ETH in terms of the possibility of, you know, breaking down to this technical target down here, that's another 38% correction. At first glance, it would look like ETH has to freaking make a lower low and do some Armageddon stuff for this to happen. It really doesn't. Like, Bitcoin could just go down to probably 22, 23K, maybe even 25K, and ETH could go down to, I don't know, let's see. I mean, ETH could probably just come 30% down, while Bitcoin comes down, you know, 20-something% for that to theoretically happen. You have to get that trigger wave on the 2-day. ETH would definitely look more bearish than Bitcoin. I think that ultimately that head and shoulders type of thing can play out. I mean, I think we'll get another bounce off of, like, mess around with 1600, and then maybe, again, guys, all roads point to, what's that thing? All roads point to September. And your general trajectory, all right, August, you know, general trajectory. I mean, if you do form that head and shoulders, it's going to take longer. But let me just see something here. If we did, that's the neckline. This area, maybe 1300. And that's a higher high. So ETH would do the same thing as Bitcoin, essentially, if we did that. And I believe, do the math for me if I'm too lazy to do the math on this, but if ETH comes down 30%, you know, where would Bitcoin go down? 20%? I mean, what's 45% worse than 25%? All right, so let's take, what's 40% worse than 20%? So let's go 20%. Oh man, why am I blanking out in this simple math? Why am I blanking out here? So 20%, what's 20% worse? Or no, what's 40% worse than 20%? I believe it's like 30% or something. I believe it's around 30%. So double as bad would be 40%. So it'd be around 30%. So if ETH dumps 30%, Bitcoin dumps 20%. Let's see what 20% would bring us to. It's probably not that bad of a correction, really. Let's see that. It's actually, hold on a second here. 20%. That's 24. So that's absolutely a strong possibility. You come down there for a bottom. All roads point to September. All roads point to September, October. You come down there for a bottom. That's potentially what we're looking at. And out of this, you could have anybody know, like, the Wyckoff accumulation, like, thing? You could have a Wyckoff kind of thing there, and then you'd probably get, you know, out of this giant, let's just look at this here a little bit. Wyckoff accumulation would probably give you, I mean, it's probably a technical target higher, but let's just see something. If we get that Wyckoff accumulation, then you might see that's really freaking high for the halvening. I don't think you're going to get there that high, but maybe later in 2024, I could see a $3,000 ETH. Later in 2024, I could see a $3,000 ETH, potentially. I think you're going to get, I think that's kind of the minimum you'll see. Like, even if this next bull run is a complete nightmare and you don't make a new all-time high or something, probably your worst case scenario is like 3,400 or something, I think. For Bitcoin, probably 50K is your worst case scenario if we don't make new all-time high, I think. 50K. I think you could get pre-halvening up to 40K potentially. I think you could get up to 40K pre-halvening. After that, I think you may have one more shakeout down to 30K, something of that area. That would be a good guess. What's up, David Brumbelow? Left shoulder top would be 32K. Okay. Interesting. That's it. Yeah, now we're just doing the same ping pong pattern. I mean, this 3, even the RSIs, like that pattern in the 3 hours is pretty good for a potential short. right down. Yeah, sunglasses. I gotta start streaming with sunglasses on. Tom Crown does that. I gotta be. That's a secret. You gotta start streaming with sunglasses on. Get the vape. Be all. Yeah. Metaverse picks. Gala would definitely be on there. Matic, sure. And a couple others. I mean, I got a list here, but it's just not even time to get into alts yet. I don't think so. You know, I don't think we're. I don't think we're there just yet. But yeah. Yeah, I have a ring light. It's not my ring light is not on right now, but yeah, I do have a ring light. How'd you know I had I probably mentioned I had a ring light, but I feel like one of those like TikTokers, those cool kids on the TikToks, you know. And now we're gonna do the same thing here and got a bull div on the 1 minute. And now we're probably gonna come up a little bit. Just playing ping pong, just playing ping pong. Ping pong. Bitcoin ping pong. But yeah, and then that's coming out right there. Yeah. Let's see. IMX. Oh man, I've heard of this. Yeah, I've done TI. Yeah, some of these is just like they got their big jump up and then that's not a bullish div. I would be more inclined to say this is bottomed out if that was a bullish div. I think look guys, all roads. This is what we talk about on this channel. All roads lead to September. All roads. Evan. All roads lead to September. Aldo. All roads lead to September. Bing bong. Oh yeah, there is a CME gap. I'm not a CME gap type of guy, but yeah. Well, let's Google Wyckoff. I forget how they do the Wyckoff accumulation. I want to see what it looks like. Let me get okay, yeah. Is this? Hold on a second. I need more. Let's get this guy up here because I want to look at that for Ethereum, the Wyckoff thing. Oh man, his name was Wyckoff. Pioneer is stock market. What was his name again? Wyckoff. Or his first name was try. Okay. The original photo was a little bit easier to interpret. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, how do you get what I want to know is how do you get the technical target? How do you get because you're saying it's going up. I want to know how high it's going to go. You know, it's not. All right. ETH looks like it's in that. ETH looks like it's in that, man. Because let's do if I'm able to, I'm trying to let's put it like that. Because down a lot. And then, yeah, oh my golly. ETH is like in that. Yeah. And then, ooh. That's like, ooh. Ooh. What's up, Kevin? I gave you a little shout out. Kevin's now one of our new analysts. He mainly is going to focus on more like Forex stuff in the Discord. When is Bitcoin going to dump? I don't know, man. We're playing ping pong right now. It's probably just gonna, just bounce around support and resistance. We were talking about it. It's hard to say, man. We're talking about the Wyckoff right now. This is I don't know if you know, I'm Wyckoff stuff, but look, all the way down for ETH, and then this is like B phase is down, and then C phase. Okay, that's C. I think we're in. Okay. Wait a second. That's B phase. Yeah, that's B phase, and then that was the end of B phase, or we're in, we're starting C phase, I think. We're starting C phase, which is going to go down to this point, essentially. And I don't know how to, you guys may know the Wyckoff like thing better than me. I'm not a Wyckoff guy, but I'm learning the Wyckoff right now. And maybe, oh, okay, this picture might like explain it a little bit, because we could compare the candles. So down, I mean, they're obviously all going to be, yeah, ETH isn't a Wyckoff, I would say. I think we're in phase B into phase C, and then, yeah. So if we, let me try to draw out the phases here. So the other picture was a little bit better for the phases. I don't know this other, I know the phases, but I don't know like the other crap. Let's do, oh yeah, this one. Let's try this out. Like, let's move this guy over a little bit. So we could draw this out a little bit. Okay, so, let's do the text boxes. I don't know, that's too, okay. Text boxes, and then, okay, so let me start out with, let me get the Kraken chart. Let's start with a fresh chart here. Oh, okay, we hit first take profit on a scalp short I just had. So I could show you guys the trade right now. I'll show you just to show the Discord. So here's our newest member, Kevin. Shout out to Kevin. He's in the newest analyst. He doesn't have the amount of experience like CPZ or Lanacor or I have, but he's been doing it a few years, and a lot of stuff. He's been a huge contributor to the group, so figured give him his own channel. Shout out to Kevin. Really appreciate what he's doing, and I think he's going to help you guys out, especially if you're into Forex. I'm not a Forex expert by any means, but it's, it's the same. Analysis is analysis. It doesn't, the asset isn't that relevant to what you're trading completely, although there are certain patterns that work better for, let's say, Bitcoin, like the ping pong pattern, the 4 kind of hump pattern, as was the Chinese ping pong pattern that CryptoFace coined. So yeah. So yeah, check that out. Link down below. And then this was the latest Bitcoin trades. So we had the scalp long yesterday. This hit 2 take profits, which was really good. Took more this morning, and had an ETH short yesterday. Stopped out in profit. There was a scalp long that I lost yesterday, so it's not. I don't want to I want to be completely transparent with you guys. It's not like 100%. Win rate. We're not becoming billionaires like in a few weeks here, but it's it's slow and steady wins the race. Scalp short did pretty well earlier. Just hit first take profit. Let me see where I want to take the next profits on that. This is a no-brainer. Yeah, just take it down here. 31.21. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. The Wyckoff. Nobody's talking about it, Kevin. Nobody's talking about the Wyckoff, though, man. If this were the bottom and you had enough, so right now I would buy Bitcoin, and then I would look to be buying more fresh ETH and converting Bitcoin over to ETH when the time is right, most likely in September. All roads point to September, but that's to be, we were going to reevaluate in September to make sure that's still the case. But right now I, 0.8 Bitcoin is a little like if, it depends. Like if I didn't have any Bitcoin right now, I think it's a good place to be DCAing, and I think the period to be DCAing into Bitcoin is kind of from now until January, and then after that would be really where I would just be putting fresh money mainly into alts and Ethereum. I mean, if you don't want to mess with the alts, it depends on your risk tolerance. If you don't want that type of risk, just focus on ETH, I would say. viewing ETH as an altcoin. I mean, I think it's borderline. I still kind of view it as an altcoin, but I think it's like almost there at this point. I think once we get that more institutional interest in ETH, then it'll become not an altcoin, but yeah. But let's look more on the. I just want to like kind of draw that out for you guys, the Wyckoff, because this is like a pretty. I mean, every Wyckoff, it's like everything else. It's relative a little bit, but let's see. So phase A was here. That was the drop down phase A. So let's type that out. A. Let's make this a little bit bigger, and even bigger. So that's A, right there, and then where does A kind of. So, okay, so A ends at around before this kind of. A is the dump, essentially. A is the dump, and then B starts here, I believe. So let's draw a little bit of a line here. So B starts here. Let's make a B. B. So it's B right there. And as you can see right here, B is B goes down. And then that's a long phase. And then this goes up to this high, I would say. So this is right. Okay, so I guess it's a little bit. Okay, so I guess when we start to fall down, let's put the C is down here. The C is down here, and then oh, that's interesting. So it's oh, okay. So we're still waiting for the. Yeah, so we need the drop down here. So I mean, let's estimate it. I was doing some mathematics to kind of estimate that this would go down to like, I don't know, 1200 or something. That could make a lower low or something. I don't know, but let's not irritate anybody too much. Let's just put it there for just the estimate, and then kind of straight up. But my question to you guys is, how do you find the technical? Is there a technical target for the Wyckoff accumulations, like where it like ends up going or something? Like, because that, I mean, I think we're gonna stay generally, bullish into the Bitcoin halving that's in March. So where could you end up there? Could you end up at 3,000 before that? Probably not, because it's probably still gonna. I'd say 2,500 would be. A higher kind of area. And then, okay, so that's C. C ends at the bottom. So let's draw another line here. And then let's do this. And then let's go to E. Or no, we skipped D. Problem with that. We skipped D. It's an issue. And then, I don't know why that's funny. So, I mean, if we continue to break out, I think there would be somewhat of a correction. Probably D would be, okay, so where does E, okay, E starts when you, okay, so E starts, you'd probably jump up into Santa Rally or something up to there. It could take longer. Yeah, it might just be back here into the kind of halving, and then maybe after that you continue, but yeah. But I don't know, guys. I mean, it's like everything else. It's a little bit relative, but let's do that, and then E is going to be. Let's do we'll just keep this on the Kraken chart so I could show people this. So, and then we could do a kind of continue this. Let's say during E we could drop down a bit maybe in the beginning or something. And then, because I think they're going to have a correction after the halving or something into the summer, potentially. So we come down a little bit more. And then you're kind of up to potentially, let's say 8,000. Let's be conservative with our, something like that. Something like that could absolutely happen. I think this area is going to be somewhere between 1,200 down to even a lower low based on this chart, based on Wyckoff. So 1,200 to 800 would be the 1,200 to 800 like accumulation phase or something. Let's type that in actually. Just do time to buy. Oh, we gotta make this smaller. And yeah, here we go. Hopefully I didn't bore the hell out of all of you with that, but yeah, 51K by September. Anything's possible, man. I think that's a little bit far-fetched, but anything's possible. I think most likely you would see, I think this Wyckoff is gonna kind of play out for at least Ethereum or something. How much, Crypto Grizzly, what's up, bro? How much, I would much rather accumulate there than where, yeah. In terms of Ethereum, I wouldn't touch it at these levels. I would just buy Bitcoin. I would store it in Bitcoin and then convert it over to ETH when the time is right. So this is a good. This is a good. I'd say this is a good estimate. Like if I do say so myself, I'd say this is a pretty good. Some type of estimate here. We'll keep that for now or something. Okay. And then, let's see here. Monthly and quarterly options. That normally dumps the markets, right? I'm not an expert on like what options do and how that affects the market, but I think what people think is that it's going to dump the markets. There are things in the charts that absolutely support that. So, yeah, I would think there's potential for that. Nothing's ever 100%. You know, that's that. Come on, what's going on here? Yeah. Bitcoin's dumping a bit. Well, dumping to us because this day has been so boring. We're actually doing something as and the 3 hour was the big thing under that. ETH as well. If we look at ETH here. Yeah, ETH, I think there's a good shot with this trigger wave coming down farther. I think you could come down to that level or something there on ETH. That's my opinion. In shorter term, I got stopped out in profit on my short. I probably should re-enter, but I'm in the Bitcoin long with profits. Like actually, that might have got. No, I don't think they got stopped out yet, and that's probably gonna get stopped out in profit. But I do have the short in. It seems like you're probably gonna come back to. You might play, either head off here or play some more ping pong. Play ping pong from there, play ping pong from there. It depends on how the ping pong player does. So yeah. And then right to that point. All right, yeah, let's look at ADA. Sure. Down there potentially. Man, Cardonzo, as Jim Cramer would say. Is this in a... Yeah, it's all right. Forrest Gump to ping pong that price back up. What's up, Alan? Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, this is like... I'm just looking at this, just staring at this and having no opinion on it. Oh man. It's just, I mean, you got the bull, like I've been saying for a while. I mean, this isn't a bullish div, but the 3 day in terms of money flow looks not bad. The weekly looks not bad as long as you could get that, bullish div. But the problem with this is, oh wait, this might actually, no, it's not going to be a bullish div. So again, all roads point to September. All roads point to September. Look at these little dots, little bullish div. I don't know if this is gonna. It looks like this could go down farther. I mean, it does look like you could go down to 15. Some of these can go down farther. I mean, if we're looking at how these have been acting lately, I mean, against Bitcoin and against Ethereum, even if Bitcoin, let's say Ethereum goes down to 12 or 1300, Bitcoin goes down to 25K. This is probably going to make a lower low, I would guess. It could be wrong, but this is probably going to make a lower low. So yeah. Cardano, will it come back in the next bull run? Yeah, I think so. I think probably your worst case scenario is probably, well, I mean, maybe it won't make a new all-time high. Maybe just 140. I think Cardano's got a good shot. I like Cardano. I think it's got some good fundamentals. I think it's got a good shot. Will it do better in AVAX in the next bull run? Will it do better in Chainlink in the next bull run? Will it do better in Cosmos in the next bull run? I think it might do better in Chainlink, but Cosmos and AVAX I think would do better in this. Chainlink also could do better in this as well, but hard to say. So that's why you got to be diversified. Where do you think is a strong support for Bitcoin currently where we can top spin this into a new long? Let's see. Right here, potentially POC, you could look sort of down to these points. You could look. I would be a little bit more bearish, especially with that options thing. Now it looks like you're going to break down. I don't know, though. I mean, this volume area high is going to be a big point. If you come back here, you're probably going to have some type of reaction unless we really freaking dump hard. These spiral lines are big at 27, so yeah. Yeah, ADA looks pretty painful right now. I mean, that's why I was a little like... People probably were calling me crazy the other day, when I was talking about, and Paul Barron about, this, potentially going even lower. But I think it can if ETH goes back to ETH. And it doesn't even have to be that bad of a pullback for Bitcoin ETH for this to even make a lower low. I mean, this looks better in a lot of altcoins. I mean, you do have the bullish div on the weekly, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's just not showing. It's not exact. I mean, this looks better in Cardano. Better in Cardano. Cardano. At 2 week again, guys. All roads point to September. All roads point to September. That's what I think. Hopefully it'll be as early as September. Hopefully we don't have to be bored for a while. But yeah. When are the alts going to pop? Bitcoin Cash. The thing too, let me just go back to that Wyckoff accumulation. So if you were to, let me draw the kind of the range. Let's get a technical target out of this. If you were to, kind of do this, and you break upward from this general range, where would that technical target be? 4,000. You could hit 4,000 towards the end of 2024, I think, and then you potentially could even, let me just see something here. I'm trying to get this at 4,000 to see what the... Yeah, that would be the case for 8,000. That would be the case for 8,000 sometime in 2025. Let's make that a little bit more... Yeah. That'd be the case for... This is what I think is most likely going to happen for ETH. Because that's like, if you can get a 10x... Wow, that's not even a... I would hope for more, man. I would hope for more. I'd really hope for more. I almost want to say it could go higher, but I don't know. Don't know. But I mean, in general, kind of the same pattern. Like, it's a nice return. I mean, if you were to even, 50 grand to 500 grand ain't bad. If you could get 50 grand an average price in, like, if you get down to 1,200, convert a lot of Bitcoin that's maybe already in profit into it, there's potential. there's potential to, you know, turn 50 grand into hundreds of thousands, maybe turn 100 grand into 800 grand. Then after taxes, that's 200 grand. That's, you know, enough to pay off a student loan. Enough to pay off half your student loans there, guys. In California, well, realistically, let's see, you make 800 after taxes. That's, I mean, if you're in Florida, state with no state income tax, I don't know, 500, 600. It depends. I mean, it's a long-term capital gain, so it might not be as bad. Well, is it? I mean, yeah, no, it is. It would be a long-term capital gain. You got to hold it for a year. So, yeah, yes, sir. But yeah, let's look at Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, it pumped up a little bit more today, but now we're starting. Yeah, that's not a bullish div, bearish div. 30. 4 hour, we had that pattern, which was good. Now we made the higher high. 249 could be a top. Catching the tops on these is tough because everybody's freaking trying to short this. Is the problem with this crap. It will come down. We know that. We just, it's like peppy. I mean, it's kind of, it will come down. We just need, you know, we need a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know. This could come even higher, guys. I'd be careful. I do have a small short actually in this from a couple days ago. It's in the red. It didn't get stopped out yet, but that's the thing with these. You just gotta, because that 6 hour, it might be where, yeah, the 10 hour, probably the 12 hour bear div, honestly. Because they find these things, they find a way to get you out. They find a way. The founding fathers, I think, of the tax, they would have flipped lost their minds over it over the last 100 years probably, in the invention of any like income tax, any federal income tax. State income tax they probably wouldn't care about because they'd be happy about certain things like states gaining more rights now. They would probably be so, like with the technology, they'd be so like intrigued by it, I think. Solana. Where do you think ETH's going, Donkey Punch? 2K in the next bull run? Solana, oh man, this is a weird kind of. So, technical target out of this wedge is going to be down here. This might make a lower low. I don't know if it will. It might not. This one could be bottom because, you know, FTX destroyed this. It's getting a little jump right now. Problem with this is it's not going to be a bullish div. Again, guys, all roads point to September. All roads point to September. Remember that. Evan Aldo. All roads point to September. Write a book about that. Next crypto course, like all roads point out September. Oh my God, Bitcoin Cash to 1K. Is there anything going for Bitcoin Cash? Like, is there any logical reason why Bitcoin Cash should go up other than the ETFs? ETH will pass the previous all-time high. Yeah. All roads lead to September. I'm going to make a video later. I'm just going to be like, guys, all roads lead to September. I'm just going to leave all this crap on. Yeah, I'm just going to leave all these drawings on here and just be like, all roads lead to September. I think this could make a double bottom or something. It could go even lower. Who the hell knows? But I think most likely it'll make a double bottom. But I mean, the real question is, I mean, if it can't outperform Bitcoin, what the hell's the point? You know, you're not even, unless you bought at the exact freaking bottom in December 22 at the exact bottom, you would be probably up 5% on Bitcoin. You'd be up 8, okay, 10%. Okay, big deal. It did get a nice pump recently, though. That weekly actually may give, yeah, it's going to be a bullish div. You may get there. Pretty close. I think 1K for Bitcoin Cash is optimistic. I think that crap is going to be, I was thinking this would be the time it went to zero. It's down 98%, right, guys? Like, let's take a look at that again. I mean, this is just, I think 1,000's optimistic for this, bro. 98. Yeah, I mean, you were toying with almost going to zero back there. I mean, the here's how you're gonna. This is the no-brainer kind of. It could go to 800 maybe. Bitcoin Cash. Let's see something. It might not even. Yeah, it could be just 600 or some crap like that, guys. Like it might not. This might not do much. I mean, if it's, you know, maybe it's a little, you know, sometime around there. It could go to 500 maybe. This thing probably will eventually go to zero. I could be wrong. I have no idea. No, man, I don't think the BlackRock ETF would do too much, man. It would probably help out Bitcoin a little bit. I mean, it could be more of a sell the news type thing, man. That could probably throw a wrench in the freaking analysis. That could probably just delay everything, honestly. And just cause more like weird volatility. But I don't know. Like the all roads lead to September thing could be all roads lead to October. It's not necessarily September. Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin. Oh, it's probably down 99%. Yeah. First quarter 20. That's what a lot of people think West Luna, including myself. I think there's going to be a Santa rally. I think you'll see a bottom on a lot of the Bitcoin pairs for the alts in September, October, and then the Santa rally will bring them up to, you know, March into the halvening. I think there will be a post-halvening, sell the news type thing, and a lot of things will dump back down. Bitcoin will probably dump back down to 30K, maybe even a little below that or something. That's my main guess. Alt roads lead to September. That's good. Oh, I'm going to use that as a title. Alt roads lead. Alt roads love. That's good. Let me write that down so I remember. That's funny. If government, yeah, the inflation, yeah. At that point, I'm out. You tweet September, yeah. I'm out. Original, yeah, paper wallet. Well, no, it wasn't really. You would print out the thing. I mean, you could write all that crap down, yeah, if you don't trust your printer. Arts. You can't pronounce the L's. Arts. Coinbase is interesting. This almost looks like. Oh man, is this like? I'm trying to. This is interesting. This could actually. This could be another Wyckoff. Let me look at our old, because that was the bottom, and then. Yeah, that could be a lot of freaking. That's my guess here. That could be another Wyckoff type thing, like ETH or whatever. You come back to that area, and then, yeah, then it would probably something like. I mean, it'd probably be higher at that point. I don't know. Into. Commence the dump. New coin all roads. Kathy Wood loaded up on what is CB? Oh, Coinbase. Okay. It does look like Donkey Kong. Yeah, it does look like a reverse head and shoulders here too. That's a good trend reversal, although this one brought you down. I don't know. I mean, I would rather buy Bitcoin than this. Let's look at this versus Bitcoin. That's an interesting thing to look at. Actually, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I think MicroStrategy versus Bitcoin looks similar too. I guess you could kind of factor in them suing Coinbase or whatever. The problem is here, look at that, it just dumped. So with this, I don't know. I'd probably do similar to. I'd rather buy Bitcoin, obviously, but yeah, this doesn't look bad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Coin's gonna do. It does look good for the. I mean, I don't know. You could be sideways longer. Just bore people away. I mean, this is Robinhood too. I mean, this could be another Wyckoff accumulation type thing if we look at our. Trying to just memorize the pattern here. Up, down, up, wait, up, down, up, down. Yeah, it's just up, yeah, up, down, up, and then it's one more down, I think. Yeah, it's one more. It could be in a Wyckoff, yeah. Because what is it? It's one up, one, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, you actually. Is it? Yeah, it's just 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, E is where you break out, I think. I don't think I drew this right, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I mean, every Wyckoff is like everything else. It's subjective, but yeah. Robinhood. What was the other one? Unity? I don't think it was this. It could have been, though. Thing too is like you look at this is what it would kind of make you a little bit more bearish that we're just gonna be sideways for longer on like Coinbase, Robinhood, because like I mean most likely Tesla's gonna have some type of pullback here. That 10-day not too good. Very soon yet. Let's see. Oh, let's look back at it. What were you thinking, Crypto Grizzly? It could, bro. Yeah, I mean, that kind of arrow. Do you think? I mean, it could, man. I mean, you are hitting traffic. Based on a 2-day, I mean, if it's like that, if you're looking at that 2-day, you could, yeah. Because if we're going, yeah, you're not that far off, and then you get the bear div there, and then, I mean, let's see. That, and then you're going to get a bear, yeah. So that would be July, a couple weeks. I think Bitcoin would probably go up to, well, Bitcoin could go down while that crap still, well I don't want to call it Tesla crap, but while Tesla still pumps. Yeah. Lucid, are you serious or being? I haven't followed Lucid, but are you being sarcastic or 12 billion? Yeah, it's that weekly maybe, man. That 3-day, yeah. I mean, now I'm just like obsessed with Wyckoff crap. It's 5. It's like up, down. So get up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2. Let's draw this. 3, 4. Is a Wyckoff a triple bottom then, kind of? Yeah, it's kind of a triple. It's almost like a triple bottom. 5. Yeah, it could be something like that, man. July, and then, yeah. This could be a good, this could be, yeah, it could be a good trade or something. You might be right. I don't know the fundamentals on this thing, but this could be like buying ETH versus buying Bitcoin, you know, back in, you know what I mean? Not the same of, what's the market cap of Tesla, though? No, a lot different, actually. 12 billion versus 800 billion is a lot different. Was CryptoFace in the house? What's up, CryptoFace? What are you thinking, man? What do you think? It's hard to say, bro. I mean, I'm like Jason Casper's strategy right now. I took a long back here. I locked in profits for that, and then I took a short back here. So it's just a little. It's a scalp trader's market right now. If you just got support and resistance points. This pattern, Garrett Soloway was talking about this kind of pattern the other day, and he said it does look a little bit more bullish. It's like a bull pennant, so that would bring you upward. Let me show you, CryptoFace, if you're still there, my prediction here. So somewhere between 38 to 38K, jump up a bit more. Or this is the top. I don't know. It's hard to say. But I think with these cap RSIs, you're going to see a dump down. And then maybe back to 300 weekly moving average. Then you jump up to the halvening run up. And then maybe a sell, shake out some weak hands there. And then maybe some new all-time highs or something. But yeah, what's up, man? Appreciate you, CryptoFace. Really appreciate you, man. And let's see here. So that's what I'm looking at. Let me show you the Wyckoff I did for Ethereum too. This would be an interesting. That's AB. This looks, if you compare this to some of the Wyckoff charts, it's very interesting. I mean, it'll pump up higher if Bitcoin does, maybe up to 24 or 22 or something. I mean, it's really lagging behind Bitcoin. It's getting killed against Bitcoin. You know, there's a good shot this goes down another 40% against Bitcoin. But if Bitcoin went to like 22K, that would mean ETH would just go to like 1,000, I think, or something. So it's not that bad. But yeah. So yeah. So it's that area. What else have we been? All roads point to September is what we've been looking at here. That bull div or something come back down for ADA. So a lot of these alts can keep coming down. The other thing too, total 3 versus Bitcoin. We didn't look at this one, guys, but look at those hike and ashies. This looks bearish. You come down there. All roads lead to, okay, this one's in October, but something like that. Something like that. Like a lot of the alts can bleed at least another 30% against Bitcoin, I think. But yeah. XMR Bitcoin, please. Yeah, we could look at that. And guys, I'm sure you all know about CryptoFace. Check him out. Sure, a lot of you found me through CryptoFace, and I really thank CryptoFace for that. That was amazing that day in my life. But yeah, let's see. XMR Bitcoin. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I know what all you guys are looking. I know what you're looking at, man. I know what you're looking at. It's a little bit risky, but you might be able to pull it off, bro. You might be able to pull it off. That bull div on the weekly, you might. I don't know. The problem is you might come back in the red here, but in the grand scheme of things, probably not the worst place to get in, but this chart would tell me to stay the hell away. Let's look at Zcash. Let's look at Zcash. Yeah, this is worrisome. I mean, if you're a gambler, yeah, I mean, it could be potentially bottoming out. The Winklevoss twins have gotten have lost a lot of, have screwed up in recent probably the last 6 months, the last year. They were big on this. I don't know, man. I probably wouldn't. I mean, that money flow on the 2-week is pretty deep. I mean, weekly, you don't even have a bullish div. I mean, you could make a lower low and then kind of bottom out. Like what I was saying, all roads lead to September. Do something like that with a lot of the other altcoins, and then that's kind of it. If you can't, I mean, that's going to be like if you go lower than that, you're kind of worrisome. I mean, you might be, well, 95 ain't bad. Like, stuff has come down 98 and come back. I mean, not impossible. But yeah. I would be more inclined to buy Monero than Zcash. But yeah. Oils, yeah, we'll look at oils right after. Matic's like one that's just probably gonna, like Matic right now is just one that's had too much. You know, it's had too much to drink and it needs to just settle down. You know, that's your target there with the blood diamond. It looks like you're at least gonna come back down to 45 cents or something. I think it's likely you could come down to 36 or whatever. But yeah, I was watching the Platinum Mike Perry interview. That was it was interesting that Rogan mentioned to Mike Perry that there was this guy who I got to look up who it was who did like stem cells. CryptoVase and Jason Casper were talking about stem. I guess that's a new fad, a new craze. Everybody's talking about stem cells. And like they had the stem cells like put in his shoulder and like fixed his neck. My neck is screwed up. I got to look into that a little bit more. It's getting a little bit better though. But yeah, CF, if you want to come on, I gotta get off in like 15 minutes. Well, I got a half hour before I gotta get off. But yeah, CF's a busy man. They're working on some. I think they were working on some NFTs. He was mentioning. I think CF mentioned that they're working on some NFTs. Probably not a bad time. I mean, NFTs. I think you know, you're seeing those roads point to September too for some of the Yeah, CF, this is gonna sound crazy, bro, but I would honestly trust the doctors in Colombia and Panama and Mexico more than I would trust the ones in America to do that to me. I know it would sound crazy, but that because like I feel like, you know, when they're like legally doing it and you're in a place where it's just legally being done and so many people have been there, I don't know. I just have lost so much respect in the American kind of healthcare system. But yeah. I gotta research it a little bit more. Is it like, oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, let me know. I gotta research it some more. I'm definitely not 100% sure if I wanna try it. I gotta even, like, what do they just inject it into you? Like, this is the shoulder. Like, I should show them the video of my shoulder. Like, this is mildly paralyzed. Like, there's like anterior, there's paralysis here, and it just wings like crazy, and it like messes with my neck. It's getting better. I'm working with a dude who's like a insanely good PT who has me do like the weirdest crap for it and massage techniques and stuff. And it's like, it's getting better. Like, we're making progress, but yeah. What do I think of Caspa? I don't know anything about that, man. I've looked at it. I don't know anything about that. But yeah. And you got the technical target 44. Yeah, I think it's the same thing here. The weekly, like September, everything looks like September. I mean, sure, you may get, this isn't a bull div. I mean, if you make a lower low, you're going to get a bull div. But, I mean, yeah, you're just not there yet. And I think, ultimately, like we've said a million times on this channel, you know, if it can't outperform Bitcoin, what's the point? Here is enticing a little bit. The problem is, you know, if you look at Bitcoin ETH, I mean, if ETH bleeds another 30, 40% against Bitcoin, where's Matic going to go? Maybe even down here against Bitcoin. So, yeah. That's funny, Beckham. It's funny. But yeah. Yeah, this is just no signs. I mean, even ETH Bitcoin, guys, just no signs of, and it's very similar to what happened before. You know, back there to downward. I mean, if you were to, you know, kind of do something of that nature to the bottom there, I mean, it's probably going to be something like that. It's probably going to take longer in August. I think it's going to be sometime September, October. All roads lead to September, but yeah, yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah, let's look at some oils. Let's look at the oils. I mean, theoretically, Fed raising would, in most cases, bring this downward. I mean, you got out of this head and shoulders, you still have a technical target at, hold on a second here. Where's your neckline? Probably around there. 54. I mean, it could jump back. I don't know. I mean, bull div maybe pretty soon or something. That doesn't look the best there. I mean, if we do go in a recession, usually commodities like oil come down. I mean, you could break upward though. I don't really know. I mean, I'd rather buy gold than oil, um, personally. I mean, things do tend to make double tops and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. Crypto Face knows more about oil than me. He knows more about the commodities. Ask him about the oil. We could look at natural gas. This one was a scary one because a lot of people were trying to like catch the bottom on this for the longest time, and it just didn't. And the monthly looks damn good now, but just look at this trend though. That's like, I mean, I'm not the biggest trend trader, but I don't like that freaking trend. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. That trend ain't. Something don't feel right with this. You know. I don't know. Cattle's interesting. I mean, I feel like once this peaks out is when like Powell, when they finally pause for good or whatever. When they finally pause for good. All right, there to there. Might get a longer bearish. I mean, that is the longer. Is that? Yeah, that's a bear div technically. Technically, that's a bear div. I don't know. I think it could go up a little bit higher. I'd be careful with this. I mean, that is a double top pattern. I think once they're kind of done raising rates, which could be 2 more times, most likely, it's probably going to be July and September. Then after that, probably you get more deflationary. I don't know, though. Am I bullish on bulls? Bullish on bulls. I'm neutral. I'm neutral. If Bitcoin breaks 31 to 32, the alts will bleed. Do I think alts will bleed in September, or the bottom is in and also? Okay. I think most likely it's still going to be what we've seen. If we go up higher, if we break above even up to 37, 38, probably even 40K, they're still going to bleed against Bitcoin. And I think on the next pullback, they're still going to continue to bleed against Bitcoin. That's what I think ultimately. They're probably going to continue to bleed against Bitcoin. And I think all roads generally lead to September. I think that still is the case. It could be a little bit longer. I mean, it could be maybe even early next year. I don't know. I'm just speculating. September, October is where they may bottom against Bitcoin. Duke Energy is getting rid of coal and moving to natural gas. Just got the announcement from Duke Energy a few days. Yeah, that could be bullish, man. That could be. I mean, the natural gas chart's just down so much. I mean, it's gonna do something at some point. But I mean, how much was this rally? Whew, man, that was volatile. I didn't realize how volatile this thing was. Yeah, you can come up higher. I always like that. Yeah. And you still have like even a larger kind of head and shoulders here in the broad scheme of things. Because if you break above that, then you're going up to, yeah, you're going up to frickin'. Imagine if it's a triple top in the next bull run. That would be very anticlimactic. But yeah. $38. Yeah. That's the thing too with those EMAs. Yeah. That should go down farther. Probably at least to there. At least. Probably even more. Let's see though. Oh yeah, we forgot to look at Litecoin. Let's take a look, see. So I mean, you're getting a, oh, this isn't enough. Hold on, so let's look at the Coinbase chart here. I don't know, man. I would say down. You do have the trigger wave there. I would say most likely the blood diamond plays out. Red dot there. I'm not that optimistic on Litecoin. There's other people who are more optimistic than me. I don't like how this looks. All roads point to September. It would probably honestly take longer, though, to dump down. It's probably going to be more of a slow bleed into the end of the year or something. This thing is... Litecoin is crap, man. Charlie Lee doesn't even own Litecoin. I don't know. I'm not a Litecoin fan, really, but yeah. I mean, it's just, if you look at Litecoin Bitcoin, it's just so bad. Like, look at this. Just down 89. You know, from that, even if you got in at like 2019, down 77. You know, Chinese economy could go up as higher, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, the inflation is a thing. What is like the M2? The M2, because Garrett Soloway was talking about this, like the M2 money. Let's get this guy up. Obviously coming down, and if you go, why can't you see this on lower? Why can't you see this on lower time frames? Is it this one? Maybe that one's better. That's on the 2 week. Could I get this on the? Okay. So if you look at it right here, it's still going down, and in 2022 it followed the stock market down, but it's gone down more in 2023. So you would think that the stock market has to come down to kind of characterize this, but yeah, I mean, where did they? I just want to zoom out on this. Like, where did money really start to get printed like crazy? Yeah, I mean, money was printed. Money was always freaking printed like. Here's where it gets steeper. Yeah, this is where it's like, yeah. Because, yeah, if you, especially on a linear scale, I mean, because this is just normal inflation for the most part. And then this, it gets, yeah, it just keeps getting, as you go through this, it's just like, here's, you know, this is all normal. It gets a little bit steeper, not too bad. And yeah. Because to really, so this is what you need to get inflation under control, guys. Like, I'm not even under, like, kind of under control, let's say. You got to come down to here, probably. You know what I mean? You got to come down to this area, and that's another 2 trillion down. So, you know, how much does the S&P 500 have to come down for that? Oh man, probably another 50% from where we are right now. Well, maybe not that much, but you kind of get the point. I mean, it's down. Oh, okay. Let's see. So S&P 500 throughout this area, it's down like 10%. So, I mean, theoretically, another 10 to 15%, but that's not. That's too good to be true, and there's a lot more factors. But yeah. ETH's looking like we're going to come down a bit more. Dogecoin integration to Twitter. There's too much Dogecoin's too inflationary. That's the issue with it. It defeats the purpose of crypto. They got to like change the programming on that to make it deflationary. I don't know if that's going to happen either. Doge, let's take a look. Is Doge in a Wyckoff too? Doge could actually be in a Wyckoff accumulation. 1, 2, 3. I feel like this could just stay sideways for more. I don't know. I have no clue. You got a title and target down here. I have no idea. This is hard to. I would say more bearish. I'm gonna look at Doge Bitcoin. Ooh. I think you could get down another, especially if ETH dumps against Bitcoin. Yeah, another 50% at least. All roads point to September. All roads point to September. Anyway, guys, I think I got to get off in a minute. We've been on an hour and 20 right now. Shout out to Crypto Face. Appreciate you, man, if you're still watching. You're a busy guy. I'm sure, sure you probably had enough by now. But yeah, man. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope everybody's doing well. Take one last look at Bitcoin. I mean, oh man, would I consider getting a higher low in September, October, but after the halving we go back to double? No, model changer, I don't think it's going to crash that much after the halving. I mean, it can. Like in 2020, anything could happen, but I don't think it's going to. I think it's probably just going to be 20, somewhere between 20 and 30. I know it's a big range, but I mean, it's only, 30, somewhere around there. I think you're going to see similar to, I mean, if I don't know, guys. I mean, but if I had to guess, I mean, I think you're going to see something similar to 2015, where you made that. Let's zoom out here or go on a different. See, let's go to 20. See, it was like that low, and then I think it's going to be something kind of like that. Just back down, make a higher high there, come back down to 20 or something. You may, or it could be 17, 18, but yeah. I think after that, you're pretty much home free for the most part. I think it may be more similar to like, a version of this, which is way more diminished returns, kind of. Let's take this and do like, 1/20th of this, you know what I mean? Like, let's see here. I mean, if that was 100x, I mean, yeah, 120, it's probably going to be, if you get up to 100, I mean, 1/20th of that, something like that. H-bar, Aldo Giant, what's up, man? What's up, man? H-bar, yeah, let's look at H-bar, and then I'm gonna probably head out. This one, yeah, it's not I mean, it's a bullish div from back there, but that's a long time ago. I don't know if that means as much. Yeah, I just think it still could bleed against Bitcoin. I think these still could, a lot of these alts still could kind of potentially make lower lows. I don't know about this. Maybe it just comes back here. Oh, I'm looking at market cap. Hold up. Yeah, you could come a little bit lower with this potentially. Come a little bit lower. I mean, the obvious thing is, yeah, buy, because you're hitting such a major point. But the thing here is like, let's look at H-bar Bitcoin. I mean, I'm just not seeing enough. That doesn't look bad on the weekly, though. That's the thing. I might. The other thing, too, guys, especially on the 2-week and the monthly. Oh, yeah. Wait till these hike and ashies get. This is another thing for alts, guys, especially on their Bitcoin pairs. Wait till these hike and ashies start to get green. Then you're probably golden. So if you come down a bit more, yeah, these hike and ashies on the 2-week, the monthly, oh yeah, that's going to be juicy. Because I mean, even if you got in around February 21, and that's late. I know that's late, but there's an issue there. I want to look at that for like AVAX, BTC, real quick. Yeah, that 2-week, wait till these hike and ashy candles start to turn green. Yeah. I think that's kind of going to be the secret here. Where was this? December 2020, yeah. And keep in mind, the whole second half of 2020 has bled against Bitcoin so much. Ooh, 88%, Jesus. Not fun right there, not fun. Are they actually doing that, Doge Digger? Fighting back for ETH, but no, I think it's probably going to come down farther. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get off. Really appreciate you guys. Please check out the Discord, a link down below. We're doing a lot of really good trades. It's me and 2 other pro analysts. We have an excellent community. If I do say so myself, we're going to probably be raising the price soon because we are providing a crazy amount of value in that. So get locked in where it is right now. You can pay in crypto. There's a little bit of a bigger discount for crypto info in the Discord under the support channel. To do that, you just pay in crypto, and then you open a ticket with your transaction ID. Pretty simple. And there's a yearly option to Patreon's weird, but you can sign up in the Discord as well. So check all that out, guys. Also, there is FAIRDESK down below. For exchange you don't always have to use a VPN with down below. There's also, let's see what else is there down below. There's also MEXC, another really good exchange, 0 limit fees with my link, and we're towards the end of a trading competition right now. I think it might have just ended, or it's another day or two. So check that out. Really appreciate you guys. That's it for now. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.